Today we look at 10 dogs you won't believe actually exist.
Number 10.
All you need for a video to go super viral is a surfboard, some Beach Boys music, and Abby Girl. She's the Australian Kelpie from San Diego, California, who's been lighting up the internet with her amazing gift of riding some incredible waves. This isn't just some one-off trick. Abby, or Outback Abby as she's called, is actually breaking records. She once surfed a 107.2 meter long wave at San Diego's Ocean Beach in the fall of 2011, a Guinness World Record for dogs on open water. Those familiar with Kelpies may be amused, but not all that surprised since the breed is known down under to jump on the backs of sheep to steer them from going astray. Interestingly, Abby, who's a rescue dog as well, was actually shy when she was adopted by Michael Wee in 2007. Michael gently introduced her to water and then to the surfboard, and the rest is her story.
Number 9.
The Make-A-Wish Foundation is known for bringing unending comfort and happiness to its recipients. It may have outdid itself when they delivered Champ, a guardian angel in the form of a golden doodle whose sole purpose is to provide TLC to 5-year-old Victoria Rojas, who experiences epilepsy. Victoria began having seizures at just 5 months due to a rare brain malformation. The condition has hampered her developmental skills to the point where she requires constant supervision. Thankfully, Victoria's parents, Bianca and Jose, made her wishes known, and the Make-A-Wish Foundation responded by gifting her Champ. Smelling a hormone, Champ immediately springs into action moments before Victoria goes into a seizure. In between time, he lathers Victoria with plenty of hugs to lessen feelings of isolation.
Number 8.
Sam. The world's ugliest dog may not exactly be a sight for sore eyes, but that doesn't account for his blistering popularity. Au contraire. Sam, a blind Chinese crested purebred hairless canine, looks like some made-up creature straight out of Tales from the Crypt. Susie Lockheed, Sam's owner, said Sam's ugliness even led her boyfriend to leaving her. But his deformed overbite, disheveled coat, and white eyes are precisely what awarded Sam all the fame in the world after he won the Ugliest Dog contest in Sonoma County in 2003. His brand of ugly would be tough to compete with because he won the following 2 years in a row. That led to TV appearances including Chris Angel's 2005 Mind Freak Halloween special on A&E. Unfortunately, that same year, Sam had to be put to sleep at age 14 due to heart complications.
Number 7.
Wendy the Whippet hasn't exactly been hitting the gym, but just about every bodybuilder who's seen pics of her wants to know her secret. She's the insanely muscular canine from Victoria, Canada, who's been powerlifting the internet off its foundation. At first glance, you might think Wendy is a pit bull or pit bull mix. She's all Whippet. As it turns out, Wendy has a genetic disorder, a mutation of the myostatin gene to be exact, that's resulted in nearly 60 pounds of blistering mass. By comparison, female Whippets typically weigh half that. Experts say the disorder could shorten Wendy's lifespan, but for now, Arnold Schwarzenegger, as she's been called by her neighbors, is living it up. Owner Ingrid Hansen says Wendy's intimidating appearance fools people. The truth is, Wendy's a big softie who loves her back being scratched, one deltoid at a time.
Number 6.
It appears a traditional morning walk with the master is just not good enough for Cacao. He's the mixed breed pooch from Italy who enjoys taking the city bus by himself. Like clockwork, Cacao knows when and where to take the number 54 bus and when to get off. His destination of choice? A public park in northeastern Milan. Cacao's owner, Nicoletta, adopted him as a stray and was surprised to find out how much of a quick study he became. Within 6 months of living with Nicoletta, Cacao learned to wait for the crosswalk light to cross the street. Cacao is now his own man. He walks the streets with no leash or collar, although he has a microchip, and only hops on the bus if he considers the driver a friend. Supposedly, he has the bus arrival times memorized, and he's garnered so much fame that the drivers look the other way on city dog regulations.
Number 5.
Forget Photoshop. Countless people who observed video clips of Hulk the Pitbull thought he was some CGI character. That's because Hulk weighs an astronomical 175 pounds, and at 3 years old, he has a lot of growing up yet to do. As if being gargantuan wasn't enough, Hulk is a highly trained professional guard dog. It's also his job to breed more guard dogs as part of Dark Dynasty Canine Kennel of Carroll, New Hampshire. Despite his intimidating appearance, Hulk is calm, patient, and caring. Owners Marlon and Lisa Grennan let their 4-year-old boy Jordan ride on Hulk's back. Hulk even sings as Jordan plays the harmonica. He's also fathered a litter of 10 puppies worth $500,000 now that he's a red-hot celebrity.
Number 4.
Two-legged dog Faith lived up to her namesake and was always a shining example for those who were disabled. Faith had a tough past. She was born in 2002 with no front legs to a junkyard dog who abused and neglected her. Luckily, the Lab Chow mix was rescued by then high school student Ruben Stringfellow, who, along with his mom Jude, decided to help the puppy overcome her disability. After veterinarians said Faith would likely have to be euthanized, Ruben and Jude were determined to help Faith off her chest to the point where she could walk. And with the added help of natural food and dietary supplements, walk she did, eventually becoming a beacon for thousands of disabled vets. She faithfully visited army bases and even greeted troops at airports. While her death in 2010 due to constant strain saddened many, her memory continues to give handicapped people everywhere faith.
Number 3.
His name is Capitan, and he's a German Shepherd from Argentina who's more than man's best friend. He exemplifies undying loyalty in its truest form. In 2006, Capitan's beloved owner, Manuel Guzman, passed away. Depressed, Capitan boldly ran away from home, not wanting to accept that his companion had died. Sometime later, Capitan was spotted mourning in front of Manuel's gravesite. The Guzman family was stunned at how Capitan was able to find the cemetery, let alone the tombstone. Now, every Sunday, the family visits Manuel's grave and Capitan. Though he takes momentary trips with Manuel's relatives and strolls around the cemetery by himself, Capitan always returns to the gravesite after sundown. In fact, every day at 6 o'clock sharp, he readies himself 6 feet atop Manuel's remains. Sympathetic staff members have been feeding and taking care of Capitan ever since.
Number 2.
The way Pig the dog is shaped may have people wondering whether the Georgia Chow mix is really a dog or some other animal. That's because Pig suffers from short spine syndrome, a condition in which the vertebrae and spine are tightly compacted, giving her a short, hunchback appearance. Folks all over the web swear the images are photoshopped. Not so, says owner Kim Dillenbeck of Alabama, who adopted Pig when she was a puppy and has cared for dogs in the past. Pig doesn't whine and moan, or oink, about her peculiar fame, but does experience extended bouts of heat. The lady who owned Pig previously was told that Pig may have to be euthanized because of her squeezed organs, but Pig continues to thrive. Since her story broke, news of 8 dogs with SSD, 6 in the US and 2 in Italy, has surfaced. And now for the number 1 dog you won't believe exists. But first, I want to give a shout out to those who answered my last video's question. Here's a question for you. If you could teach a dog to do any trick, what would you teach them?
Number 1.
Call him Top Gun or Top Dog. Shadow is clearly beyond playing fetch and has moved on to higher heights, literally as an airplane pilot. In March 2016, the Staffordshire Bull Terrier Collie mix executed a daring figure-8 maneuver flying 3,000 feet above ground. His courageous achievement was captured on the British TV series Dog Might Fly following 10 weeks of intense training. As most dogs aren't used to sitting in a cockpit, let alone pressing buttons and steering, the controls were specially modified to make it possible for Shadow to commandeer a plane.